So I just sat down, start journaling my trades for today, and I thought that I need to share with you guys the trades that I made because there's stuff here that you can seriously benefit from, and I think you guys can learn from this. So today I made four trades, two losers, two winners, and the moral of the story, which I want to tell you guys, is if you make a bad trade or if you get in at the wrong time, it didn't necessarily invalidate your strategy. You just need to look for the best opportunity to re enter the market. Now, let me walk you through what happened. First of all, I made two trades on QQQ and then one on SPY at the end of the day. So I'm going to zoom out on the daily just to show you that right here, this big supply zone is on QQQ. Massive supply zone here, huge selling. So I was looking for an opportunity to go short this day. Now, one of my high performance indicators is this blue end of day line. So whenever price opens up below end of day, it usually checks that level as it's coming back up. There's usually buyers or sellers waiting there. But if it doesn't, then I look for what's called a break and retest. So my first strategy was to buy this rip up off of end of day. I don't know why my supply zone keeps making a weird lines. But my initial plan was to buy this up right off the rip here. And I was looking on the 5-minute chart and it just didn't look like it was lining up for me. And sure enough, sellers way overwhelmed and came down. So now the strategy I look for is called break and retest. And what that means is we touch here, we break through, we come up and we touch the bottom of it. And I'm looking for sellers to step in because I'm thinking short. We're in a massive supply zone. We saw all of this selling in pre-market, and I basically saw weakness in the market. So I'm looking to play with that weakness. Now, I did not see that at all at end of day, and QQQ and SPY just ripped through this end of day level. So now I'm thinking, is my strategy invalid, or do I just need to wait for a chance to re-enter? So what you can see happened right here, there was some news that came out right at 10 o'clock, huge green volume, but immediately it got sold back off. So that's telling me, yes, my hypothesis was correct. There are sellers in this zone. Now I just have to look for a chance to enter. So what I did is I had puts pulled up on my phone, ready to enter that. And then when I saw this double top on top, I was looking for price to come down and touch end of day again. And I did a stupid thing, which luckily I didn't get hurt too badly, but I bought calls instead of puts. Now, guys, like this is the simplest thing. I know I'm being very transparent, but this is what I did. I just bought the wrong thing. And luckily, usually what I do when as soon as I press buy, send, I immediately don't look at P&L and I just look at the charts again. For whatever reason, I decided to look at the P&L. I realized it was going red as it was going in my direction, what I thought, and I realized I needed to get out. All right, I got out. So I was in a terrible state of mind. I got up from my computer, walked around, super pissed off at myself. But then I got back in thinking I just need to be level-headed about this, look at the next opportunity for a re-entry. So we come all the way down. I'm kicking myself here. But the important thing to remember is whenever price makes a sharp move away from a zone, there's likely a zone that's forming there. So inside here was a little supply zone, which I'll draw. I didn't have this drawn, but it's good to visualize it. So right here is my supply zone. I'm thinking when price re-enters that zone, now is my chance to go short again because I still believe there's sellers in this zone. And this is what I did. I went short and I stayed in this trade all the way down to pre-market low, which is where we bounced earlier in the day. Beautiful move. I made about 70%, but I still hadn't made back my profits from going short at this mark right here. So I'm still red for the day. I'm watching the day progress. Sellers are coming in, and I was looking for a new entry, a new place to re-enter. So now I pulled up SPY because SPY was looking like it was respecting this demand zone, which I had drawn up. I'll show you where that came from. Right here. Supply zone came from back here. I saw a little bit of consolidation a couple of days ago. I guess this was on Friday. And this was a perfect place for me to re-enter. So when I zoomed in on the 1-minute chart, I saw a inverse head and shoulders, head, left shoulder, right shoulder, inverse. So I'm looking to play along. And the demand zone that I had on my chart was right here, starting at 408. So with the rest of the buying power that I had left in my account, I went long, but 410 calls. And one of the strategies that I encourage you guys to do, which has been working really well for me, is if you see your setup and it's lining up perfect, you don't necessarily have to wait for confirmation to go long. Now, this is just my strategy. Some people are going to tell you that you have to wait for valid confirmation, and there are valid reasons for that. But in this situation, I was just viewing it as a scalp, and I bought on a red candle, which proved to be perfect. This was my zone. It was exactly the same level as this left shoulder. So I enter on the right shoulder, and price rips all the way up into this supply zone now. As you can see, we retested it right here. But I'll just show you on the right-hand side here. These are the 410 calls that I pulled up. Usually end of day is not a smart move, but I used all the buying power in my account because I had already made 3 trades at this point. So I'd used up most of that. And if you just look right here, we went from $17 all the way up to $35. Guys, I made almost 100% on this move. I know it's a tiny little move, but these moves end of day can be super profitable. Now, the main point that I wanted to make in this video is if you have a setup that's in your mind and it goes and the market disproves that, like right here, I was looking to go short and I saw all of this green volume coming in here from whatever this news was. What you have to do is try to imagine in your mind, don't let that totally disprove your philosophy. If I had looked carefully, which I did, sellers came right in and whacked that price all the way down again, which proves that my strategy was correct. I just got in at the wrong time, and that happens the whole time. I encourage you to look for new opportunities to enter the market. My strategy was valid. There was multiple confirmations to tell me that it wasn't, but unless you see otherwise, you have to look to play your strategy. And if I had looked on SPY, I made this short on QQQ, but if I had looked on SPY, perfect end of day rejection, along with a supply zone rejection and a VWAP rejection, high quality setup, and I captured a good 70% on this move. So I'm going to get to journaling my trades. I hope that helped you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.